Hey everybody, it is Thursday the 21st. We low bedded the buncher. I'm getting fuel. We low bedded the buncher here. This is I think I mentioned it on a video a while back. This is the 12-13 acre piece of property that I bought. Main route it's right there, and I'm gonna cut open it's gonna be one entrance. I'm gonna have to cut that pine tree. It's gonna be one entrance but two driveways to get to where I'll have the garage, and one's gonna go down through there and one's gonna kind of go out through here and loop around. And the idea is that if you're gonna go that way with the low bed, or you're coming in loaded that way, you can go out that way. And if you're going uphill, you can come from this way and head out that way. So it makes how wide the state is gonna allow us for an entrance to be a little easier. So I think I'm gonna head out this way. I won't get it all done today, but this afternoon I'm gonna come out through here and punch the road in, and it's gonna loop around. And then I don't know if you can see you can kind of, two little hemlocks there, but you can see the bigger pine trees back there. There's a knob, and I'll probably open that up for the where the garage will go. It's all nice sandy ground. You can see the little, we cut this 2 years ago, and look at all these little pine trees that are coming up already. So this was that piece of property that this spring when I hurt my shoulder, I emailed the landowner, and I didn't figure he'd ever want to sell anything, but he did. So why don't you guys hold on, and then I'll do a little videoing inside the buncher once I get done fueling up and get going. Hang on. Okay everybody, well, I'll put my hat there again. Hopefully I get the angle on this so you guys can see everything. So I'm fueled up, and I'm just going over to start heading in that way. I'm gonna buzz off some of these stumps that were left from when we were cutting here, just to get them lower. Not that it really matters that much, but just figure they'll be out of the way more. If you're ever backing stuff off a low bed or something, Billy may stump those when he gets here. I don't know if I mentioned it, but my brother-in-law's father, who I'm real good friends with, Bill, I think I mentioned him in the video where I talked about how I got going in the woods business, but he's gonna put the road in and stump all of it and gravel it and do all that. See if I can remember exactly. It's been a little while since Billy and I looked at this to see where I was going to want to put the road, or his idea. I think I mentioned it. I wasn't thinking about it until he looked at it with me, but he's the one that suggested to put a loop driveway, which after thinking about it, it did make a lot more sense to me. And I like the idea of like plowing snow and stuff like that you can kind of just drive in plowing and go around a couple times and not do cuts down on the back and around and all that stuff. So, you know, if you're plowing a straight driveway in, you've got to get in to wherever the road ends and then kind of jig and get all the corners and stuff. I can't really remember. I'm getting this opened enough so I can see exactly. I might have to get out and walk around here, but I think I'm in the right path. I gotta remember to keep my wood laid out right because I don't have the processor here, so I'm gonna have to. I don't want to let these, you know, logs sit, or like if I cut any oak or anything, I don't want to. I want to get the logs. I don't want to have the logs go to waste. I'm thinking it was this. I left these nice oak trees when I cut this. Now I'm cutting them. I'm not sure. I might spend a little more. I'm gonna get going here. I might go up and cut where the logs stop, cut the tops out and stuff, and bring those out here a little closer. I think one of the things we were thinking about doing was when we get the road through here and stuff, Josh, who I know, Bill's nephew, bought his old triaxle, and he bought his old triaxle with the he's got a nice metal floor and sideboards to haul brush and stuff, and Josh does tree work. So I might, forget what it was. I think it might be a few $100s a load or something to have him come haul the brush off. So if I get the brush close enough to the road where Josh can get at it, then it would make, after he's done building the road, okay, well, we're back. Just talking to Mike from Deergo about, I went over and looked at our next job and wondering how we were going to cut it. They bought the property, so just kind of went, looked at the wood, and I got an idea of what was there for wood, so getting an idea of what the cut was going to be. So I'm working my way through here, kind of figuring out what's kind of coming back to me. Luckily, this ground is all sand, so it's kind of fun. I bought the land. It just, you know, it kind of seemed like, I don't know, it wasn't all, it's nice, but I wasn't really like all that excited. Now that I'm over here doing something and getting a chance to open it up and stuff, it's starting to get a little, I'll swing around here in a second. It's kind of getting a little more exciting, I guess. You can see my my road right there. It goes out to my pickup. I'm trying to kind of weed whack the small pines in here as much as I can. And I don't know, I might have to cut that little oak over there, but I'm trying to be as pragmatic as possible. I want to have a functional, you know, driveway that's easy to navigate with a low bed. You know, and being in the woods business, and anybody that's, I'm sure it's the same in construction, but you know, it's especially logging. It always seems like you're putting in a yard somewhere where it's small and tight, and you know, you can't get a low bed in there, and you know, all this stuff. Well, you know, building a, you know, buying a spot to have a garage and stuff, one of the big things is I want a road and a driveway that you can pull in and not do any jigging around with the low bed. I want to be able to pull in, unload, detach, and then unload, and then have the low bed guy take off. I don't want to have you know, a driveway where, you know, he's got to jig around or anything. So that's gonna work out. That's one of the things I'm glad Billy mentioned about the circle driveway, because that's gonna do exactly that, and that's what I want. So kind of excited about that. That'll be nice. Just kind of getting things organized here, and what I don't want is a big mess and a bunch of brush laying around after I'm done. Well, you know, I can get it eventually, but I don't want to make a big mess getting it open for the road, which is probably, you know, because I know that, you know, you can come ramrod through here and get it open, but then you've got this friggin' mess here. So what I think I mentioned it earlier, but the idea is that Billy will come through here with the road, and most of the high side material will end up on this side, so he shouldn't be placing stuff up there. And once I get the wood out of these trees, then I can have Josh come in, just drive alongside the road and pick up all the brush and be done with it. I had a friend ask me, "Do you want to burn it?" I was like, no. I might. Well, I suppose, you know, part of this is I'll get it all graveled up. That way in the springtime, if I, you know, even though I won't have a garage, I can bring equipment home, and so just to have a place to work on it. And if that's the case, then in the springtime I could get it with a forwarder. Of course, it depends on what time of year it is. It might be covered in snow when I get here, but if it's anything like the last couple winters, that's not going to really be a problem. And it's kind of neat seeing, I think I was starting to say it when Mike called, or maybe I was just mentioning it, but I want a really functional road that you don't have to screw around with, but I also aesthetically want, you know, a pleasing driveway to drive in. And, you know, and you've got all these nice oaks, and there's a few scattered pine through here, and I guess it's to some degree it's sort of PR, but when it's not, I mean, I want it to look nice too, but when I eventually hang a sign out there, Heinz Selective Wood Harvesting, and somebody sees the sign and looks at the driveways and the garage and stuff, and they see this nice stand of oak and pine, they're gonna say, geez, that guy must do a nice job. So it's nice advertisement. Maybe that doesn't amount to anything, but that's what I want. And that's what I'm gonna do. I have control over that. And when I sold my house in 2020, I only had a couple acres, and there wasn't enough to do anything. I definitely, having this and having enough land so that I can, and enough area to do stuff with it. I want it to look nice, and I kind of wanted to make sure that placement as far as the driveway and where the garage would be would give me area to expand and not put myself into a you know, a corner, which I think we've done nice here, because we're only where the garage will be. It'll be about, well, it's going to be right in here. We're probably not quite halfway in to the deepest part of the woodlot, so it'll give me room that if we need to expand the driveway and gravel area, I can go back this way and not out front. Kind of wished we hadn't cut this side of the road now, but I did do the, you know, the right thing when I cut this. We really just cut the crap out of here, so we didn't really take much of the bigger oak or pine. It always looks different once you get in, when you're in a machine. Well, the nice thing about having the buncher here and not the processor is I can zing off all this a little brushy stuff, but the only crappy thing about having the buncher and not the processor is I can't process the trees and limb them up and get the, you know, I can cut the trees and get them out of the way, but they're not processed. So it's gonna take me a little bit. I guess normally when you're logging, you're not fiddling around cutting every little sapling. Of course, it's my land too. I'm trying to make the least amount of work for Billy. And I just, one of the things is in doing this is I don't want to make it too open to the road, and in the summertime it won't be as bad because there'll be leaves. In the winter you'll see in here a little more, but I'd like to have it so that whichever direction you're driving from, you're not like staring right at the garage. About this, I think I'm gonna try to open up where I sort of envision the perimeter, and then work my way that way. See how this works. It's kind of funny, it doesn't even really seem like it's my land. don't know why. Maybe because I cut it for somebody else. Probably more likely. A few rocks in here. But it's all sand kind of underneath. So I'll kind of get it opened up and then, you know, see if Billy has any suggestions on whether I should open it up anymore, or I don't know as we're gonna go full-blown try to open it up as big as it, you know, as it might be eventually, but I think get it opened enough. Like, we can always do more, but get it open enough where there's a big enough area to bring equipment in, but also establish the garage pad and, you know, that sort of thing. So I think I'm gonna cut out through here, and I think this will, I'm gonna try not to cut that bigger oak. This oak was bigger canopied, kind of, you know, probably only had a couple decent logs until you got into the top. So the only nice thing is it gives a lot of canopy cover, again, from like the road, or, you know, aesthetics visually. You know, one bigger oak goes a long way. So I'll go back and forth. We'll go back over to Rome tomorrow. Of course, I think I meant, obviously I'm done over there with the buncher, and then I will go back over there tomorrow and continue processing, and we should be done there middle of next week processing, and then Wes will be right behind me, and then we'll head over to Sumner guy, and which isn't actually, it's, the road's a little better, so I don't think it's any further than Rome, and it's definitely, it's still kind of rocky, but I don't think it's quite as rocky as some of Rome. Good road, plenty of room to pile from behind with the forwarder. So it'll be a good job, and Rome's been a good job for us. It's been nice to be back close to home. We've had 3-4 a month of good weeks in a row. Still kind of waiting to hear from that guy about, you know, whether he's gonna come to work for us or not. Hopefully, but you can't force them. So, well, all right, people. Hopefully enjoy this video and the new happenings in the future garage area, and you will see the changes here. Get these beaches out of the way, and you see a lot more. See, that opens it right up. So enjoy the video, like, subscribe, comment. We'll catch you later. Alright, I don't know if I'll add this in, but pretty good oak tree there. I'm getting this opened up. And I think as I went along here, I decided that I was gonna I think I was talking about how not to make a mess. And so what I'm doing is I'll show you. I'm gonna go up in these oak trees and take the tops out. You can kind of whittle them down to something manageable. So I'm trying to kind of get it so that I get the wood out of them, and then kind of I'm not measuring the logs or anything, but it'd be easier with a 360 head, but I don't have one, so, and I'm not taking it, I'm not gonna probably sell any of this for pulp. I'll probably, the firewoody stuff I'll save for firewood. So get this over here, and then this is kind of the top. Get this right here. That's, look at this. And a lot of people work this way. Little stump jumper does this type of logging with the bar saw. I don't think I'd want to do it all the time, but hey, my processor's not here, so for the most part got all the branches out of that. And I'm gonna put the wood over there because I'm not cutting any further that way. Let's see, I'd like to get rid of the rest of that, but you know what, I can cut this at that crotch. There won't be a log past this crotch, and then I'll get out with my rule and spray paint and get the rest of it. So I don't know, might be a 14 or 2/8. It's hard to tell, but I definitely don't want to leave oak logs as firewood, so we will, there's probably still a log in that right there. So I'll kinda, I think I'm kinda doing this as I go along, but probably what I'll do is get the wood kinda in one area and then spread it out with the buncher, and so yeah, I can pretty much grab all these tops here. Bring this over somewhere to get it out of the way, but I can pretty much lay that wood out, cut the logs out of it, and then repile the like the firewood or pulpy stuff. So anyways, thought I'd show you that, and we'll look at, now I got this big open area. Well, not big, but I gotta go that way more, but we gotta start.